How's the Josh? Hi, sir. How's the Josh? Hi, sir. I said, how's the Josh? Hi, sir.
I can't recall the name, but you also told me some name of English authors and writers.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We discussed about, I think, George Bernard Shaw.
Yes, sir. George
Bernard Shaw, Chesterton, and
yes, sir.
तुम्हारे शेर के बदले मैंने भी एक दो शेर तुमको सुनाए थे, मुझे ध्यान है.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
बट स्पेशली वो जो था ना कि जनाब गधे केले नहीं खाते.
Yes, sir. Yes,
है
sir.
ना. मिर्जा गालिब, his haveli in
Chandni Chowk.
it is in Chandni Chowk, and today I'm forgetting that which gully it is there. I remembered that otherwise. So he liked your share.
Sir, he liked my share. He asked me about my father's regiment. So I told him that my father was in services EME. Then he asked me about the motto of EME. I told him that work is worship. And after the interview was concluded, he was frank to me. He told me that his father served in EME and he retired from the same post as my father did.
Oh, wonderful. Very nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And even we had a good exchange of, Mirza Ghalib's Haveli is in Gali Qasim Jan.
Yes, sir. Gali Qasim Jan.
Gali Qasim Jan. See, Asif, you will grow in service and knowledge is always power.
Yes, sir.
आपको कविता आती है, like you, one day you told me that your father, he knows that complete
Mahabharata
and Ramayana. You shared with me that day.
Yes,
and
sir.
Very impressive. I could see you are a very fair person, unbiased person. Still, I gave you hints where somebody can do a mistake. Very deliberately, I had told you, I think if you remember,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the experience of some other candidate. But you are above these things, I know. And you will
Yes,
do
sir.
very well in life also. Yes, share about the GTO's other experience. Like, how was the group planning exercise?
Sir, I was in the freshers group. Since I was screened out in my first attempt, I was put in the fresher group. And sir, I was able to complete all the PGT tasks and I was dominating the group.
Okay.
Sir, later I realized that it is a group task. Though, sir, I was giving the ideas. Everyone was running out of ideas.
You could pick up some load?
Sir, I tried to pick the load 2-3 times, but since everyone was out of ideas, and so, sir, I was taking the lead. And sir, that evening I felt a tension in the room because, because no one was able to get through the GTO tasks. But sir, that's the main thing. That by the last obstacle, a leader emerges, and I was helping others.
I told you clearly, anybody who has got ideas, at least may not be first, but from second obstacle onwards, he emerges as a natural leader.
Yes, sir. And sir, I was nominated for my GP. I gave the solution of the group. Sir, it was really
followed that format which we discussed.
Sir, I forgot the format, but I gave the solution. I was able to address every problem, and sir, it was wonderful. Two candidates nominated me. Then later on, everyone agreed that I should give the solution, and I gave the solution. It was really nice, sir. Everyone agreed to the solution, and sir, that's how we moved on with GTO.
Okay, good. And you could do the individual obstacle?
Sir, I was able to do 9 obstacles. Sir, in my 4th obstacle, I fell down and I was not able to balance. It was my fault, sir. I started with obstacle number 3, 4, that was jumping from a height and climbing a wall and then jumping.
And where you slipped? That balance beam?
Yes, sir. The balance. Sir, Air Force balancing is different. It was at a very high height and we were given a platform like a bully. And sir, I attempted that obstacle in the last, so I was not able to balance myself. I ran out of energy and I fell. But I was able to complete all the difficult tasks like tiger lead and rope climbing. So I did the difficult tasks, but one minor task of number 4, I was not able to attempt. I fell down and the time ran out. So,
Okay,
I was not able to
tire they
complete.
make it slightly difficult because of the height.
Sir, I don't know, sir. It was my first time, but I got to know from the seniors. I inquired about it that Air Force obstacles are a bit difficult because they don't have group obstacle race. So they increase the difficulty of individual
And
obstacles.
they test you for the height also. And which
Yes,
was the
sir.
tire like you got? It's a truck tire or the car tire?
So it was a tire of a tractor. I think it was put
Acha,
at a very high height. So you have to pull your body from your upper strength or upper body strength, and you have to get through the tire. So,
okay.
sir, I didn't face any challenge because I think I'm physically very agile.
It
I
was a
completed all the tasks.
tractor tire. ट्रैक्टर का कौन सा था, आगे वाला पीछे वाला?
Sir, the latter one, पीछे वाला.
हाँ, इसमें निकल सकता है, तगड़ा आदमी फंसेगा नहीं.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was able to complete all the physical tasks. Sir, I have a practice of climbing the ropes and
I saw your video. You had forwarded that video to me.
Yes,
and
sir.
In fact, the rope which you were climbing was much higher than which Air Force people get.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I could see. And then how was the command task?
Sir, command task was really good. I thought that they gave me an easy obstacle. I was able to give 3 ideas in the starting, and the GTO was key. The GTO kept on trying, and he was breaking the structure again and again. And I was coming up with new ideas. And later, I realized that the task that I was given was the most difficult one. And while I was doing the task, I thought that he is not interested. That's why he gave me an easy task. Later, my friend told me.
When you are able to complete it, you feel it is easy. When you get stuck, it becomes the most difficult task.
Sir, I thought my friend was telling me that it was difficult. But I don't know, sir. It came naturally. I didn't practice the GTO test. I didn't go to the structures. These ideas came naturally to me, sir. I don't know how.
A fresh brain always gets good ideas, and we prepared you mentally for that also,
Yes,
because like there are a number of solutions for every obstacle.
Yes,
So
sir.
nobody can say, like I told you, we never think it is not possible.
Yes,
it
sir.
has got almost a dozen of solutions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Sir,
then,
one thing I would like to, if anyone is going to watch this video, especially my friends who are going to join the services, I want to mention one thing, that I was not aware that I am doing the tasks very good. I was just going with a free mind. I didn't know. I felt that I didn't do good in psychology test, and I was not aware that I was doing good in GTO task. Later, I can introspect and realize that I was doing good. But while I was in the field, while I was in those 5 days, I didn't realize. So, sir, even I didn't know that I was doing good. And somehow, when the GTO asked me, were you able to perform good in all the tasks? I honestly accepted, sir. I think I have not attempted all the questions in psychology test, and I was not able to complete all the individual tasks. So he said, it is fine. You can let it go and concentrate on the next task.
that's what we discussed. That's what we
Yes, sir.
discussed. कि never think कि ये खराब हो गया, अगले पे ध्यान दो.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So one needs to keep their mind free and move forward to the next task with open heart and open mind.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. And as you said, that lecturate and group discussion practice helped you a lot. Of course,
Sir,
you forgot the format in group planning exercise. And
yes,
how many of your batch people from your group called you for invited you as a subordinate? How many times?
Sir, sir, only one group
Only.
invited me, and sir, the second group that was going to call me was refused because I just came after helping a group. So the GTO said that please ask someone else. So I was not called for the group for the command task.
Okay. How many students were there in your group?
Sir, there were 8 students in my group.
Okay.
And
How many got recommended?
so 3 got recommended. From my group, I was the only one. And in total, out of 25 students who got screened in, 3 were recommended.
And initially, how many reported?
So initially, there were 51 candidates who reported. So the reporting is very less in Guwahati. And since our batch was the last in the line, so we had very less reporting.
Okay, 51, 25 screened in, 3 got selected.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 3 out of 51 is a good result. Okay,
Yes, sir,
fine.
it is.
And interview, how long your interview lasted?
Sir, I don't have any idea.
Approximately.
So it was, sir, more than 1 hour.
Okay.
It was more than 1 hour.
And our interviewing sessions for which we prepared you were helpful?
Sir, very helpful. I had approximately 7 or 8 interviews, and there were bits. I had some questions related to my family, related to my career that I discussed with you on daily basis in those 15 days when we were in touch.
In fact, every day we were discussing question related to interview, if you recall. Huh?
Yes, sir. We were covering some aspects daily, and 5-6 days before the interview, you got me in touch with 2 different assessors. You also told me, sir, you asked me to research, but I didn't complete my research, and he again emphasized.
I wanted you to find answer yourself so that you remember. That was my aim. I have already got my slides prepared on those things, but deliberately I wanted you to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
क्योंकि वो पकी पकाई खीर खाने से तो बात नहीं बनती ना, इसलिए ठीक रहता है. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you felt nice. You could find the sessions which we had together useful for your recommendation.
Sir, very useful, sir. Very useful, and everything. Sir, there were small things that I can see in the interview, like Giant I have already mentioned, and how to greet the interviewer, how to free from the mind, how to think reasonably, and how to plan GP. You told me, and lecture it. You told me, sir. You made me practice. You gave me 3-4 topics daily, and before and when the class started, you used to ask that give me a 3-minute lecture it on this topic. So, sir, I was mentally prepared for everything that was coming in my way. And, sir, one thing I would like to re-emphasize that when my interview I went for my interview. The interviewer was very nice, sir. He was very charming, and I complimented sir that, sir, you're very nice. But, sir, the flow was not there. I felt that I could not answer all the questions. There were 2-3 questions of history that I was not able to answer.
Like what was that?
Sir, he asked me about the Quit India movement. I told him that I remember the year, I remember the cause, but he went sir, he asked me in depth that what was the tell me 5 reasons why it happened. So I was not able to list all the 5 reasons. And so he asked me how the AC works, and I was not able to answer. So, sir, one thing I would like everyone to know that there would be some answers, no matter how much you prepare, there would be some answers that you don't know. But don't lose hope, don't lose the confidence. Just keep a smile on your face, and don't worry about the results.
Wonderful. Asif, I again congratulate you and wish you a very successful career. God bless you with all the success. Do well. Always follow the correct norms. Let me tell you, it's very important. You have been a very straightforward person, but maintain this thing throughout your life. मैं तो तुम्हें जानता हूँ, ये बच्चों के फायदे के लिए है कि उनको क्या क्या लगे जैसे. So that you need not share कि मैंने तुमको ये बोला कि फरीदाबाद वाले. Yeah, now you can say. Yes.
So sir, GP में जो आपने बताया था that you should select students or candidates on the basis of their physical strength, that you should select one person who is light-weighted and one who has a good reach.
Yeah, so, this was a command task basically.
Yes, sir. So, sir, the main thing is not the bonding that you share with them, It is that how you can use different candidates for the completion of the task. That is what matters. And if you're going for the person of the same religion or the same place, it doesn't serve the purpose of solving the task. So you should be very careful about the command task, that who are the persons, who are the people, who are the candidates that you are calling, and be very logical and clear, sir. That was the thing that were going in my mind at that time. So I called.
I even discussed the very controversial topic which could have been asked to you. I do
Yes, sir.
not know
Yes,
whether interviewing officer asked this or not, but I think if you recollect, I had discussed even the controversial topic which generally people don't discuss.
yes, sir. The interview officer asked me. He straight away asked me that since I am a law student, that what are the controversial judgments uh, that the Supreme Court recently gave.
It is same. It amounts to same only.
Yes, sir. So, sir,
Yeah.
when I was telling him about the controversial judgments, then he asked me, okay, Asif, I want to know your opinion and your views on that judgment. So, I explained him the legal provisions, and I told him about my views, that what I think about that. And, sir, I think I was able to satisfy the interviewing officer. So, sir, that's how it went.
I think revising of the triple talaq, uniform civil code, abrogation of Article 370, and
Yes, sir. Yes.
that Ayodhya case, and even
Yes,
the
sir.
Varanasi case. This
Yes, sir.
revision I had deliberately carried out because such questions, you being a law student, can always be asked you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
और
Ayodhya judgment.
तुम्हारे चेहरे पे शिकन नहीं आई होगी मेरे हिसाब से, क्योंकि तुम पहले से इन क्वेश्चंस के थ्रू निकल चुके थे.
Yes, sir. I was prepared for all these questions, and sir, I gave him the legal aspect as well as my opinion on that. So, sir, I think I was able to satisfy the interviewer, and
And
that's all.
very very small issues which I have been cautioning you. I think could you feel that those were very handy to you?
Yes, sir. They were very handy to me, and I had clarity. Though my opinion, my stands were clear. I believe that I was neutral and I was on the right stand, but I had very limited knowledge on different topics. When you discussed all the topics with me, like Rohingya and Ayodhya judgment, Gyan Vapi Masjid, I read about them. I read about the history part, the legal aspects. So I had a very wide spectrum of knowledge before going to the interview, and I also brushed up my opinions. I had healthy discussion with you and with my friends about various topics, and I got clarity on the topic.
We discussed triple talaq also,
Yes, sir.
and you had a very good knowledge. I still, after discussing with you, I shared this knowledge with another group also, that
Yes, sir.
talaq-e sunnat or talaq-e biddat.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So
Sir,
I also had, because but just by virtue of my some Muslim colleague and friends, but you put me further wiser on that.
Sir, actually, we had this topic in our semesters in family law in my first year. That's why I had good knowledge about that.
Okay, good. And how important you feel the physical fitness is very important, stamina. Yeah, what is your opinion about that?
Sir, this was my second attempt, and just before the results, President addressed, and he addressed in a very unconventional way. He didn't console other candidates, rather he criticized and said that you should introspect and know that where you are and where you have to go. You should meet the certain physical standards. So, sir, Air Force physical and individual tasks are very challenging. As of sir, I'm saying this, and I consider myself very agile person. I was very confident that I am going to repeat 4 or 5 obstacles, that I am going to set a benchmark, but I was not able to complete. I was not able to repeat all the tasks. Sir, physical fitness is very.
I expected you to repeat at least 2. ऐसा मैंने
Sir,
सोचा था with your physical fitness. I
Yes,
think
sir.
आसिफ मैंने कहा 1-2 obstacle repeat कर देगा.
Sir, I had this in my mind, but I was not able to complete it. And everyone who addressed us said that physical fitness is very important. And sir, I would like everyone to know that people were bleeding. The skin of their palms were out. People were not crying, but sir, they were in terrible pain because they didn't have physical fitness up to the mark. So, sir, I think it is very, very important, sir.
And yes, so
Yes, sir.
nice thing, Asif. And
Yes,
I
sir.
am very sure people will be surely be benefited, the future candidates who come.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
very nice. It is good interacting with a child like you. I wish you good luck again.
If you feel this assessment was useful, then tell me in the comments below. Like this video so that more people can see it, and subscribe to my channel.